Hello and welcome to this edition of The Boston Show. I'm your host, Francesco Tartaglia. Last week in Boston, city officials in Roxbury cut the ribbon on the newly renovated Mary Hannon Playground. This celebration marks the completion of a project with a design and construction budget of $800,000 funded by Mayor Walsh's Capital Improvement Plan. The newly renovated park includes a new basketball court and new play structures featuring a balanced bridge, slide, and swings for younger children. The Boston's Teachers Union held their third annual back-to-school fair. Hundreds of families attended the event, which had music and activities, as well as the distribution of over 40,000 free books directly to families. Mayor Walsh joined Medford Mayor Stephanie Burke to unveil the Crystal Campbell Peace Garden in honor of the Medford resident who died in the Boston Marathon bombings. Located outside the Medford Senior Center, each marathon victim's family unveiled a plaque in recognition of their fallen family member.
People came together to redesign and reconstruct this land as not only a part of the healing process, but also as a memorial to the four people who reached out in their own way to spread peace upon the earth.
Political philosophy professor Michael Sandel of Harvard University participated in an open discussion about democracy in the U.S. at Boston's Faneuil Hall. Sandel's lectures have taken him across 5 continents and packed venues like St. Paul's Cathedral in London and the Sydney Opera House. Hundreds of people attended this event, which allowed audience members to participate with red and green placards.
All right, quick vote, get your cards. Should ballot selfies be permitted or prohibited? If you think they should be permitted, raise the red card. If you think they should be banned, raise the green card.
After about 15 minutes into the discussion, spectators were treated to a special guest, as Mayor Walsh was invited to the stage to offer his thoughts and opinions on topics and issues that were being discussed. The mayor engaged with audience members in an informal debate about topics proposed by Professor Sandel.
All right, let's hear the strongest objection. Someone who is against space sabers. Who will give us a reason? Yes, go ahead.
The question is not just about what are we benefiting on and what are we getting benefits, private benefits, but it's about the civic duty of sharing public space and the civic duty of being part of society, that you should have burdens and benefits in a more equal way.
If we could get everyone to work together to shovel out the space and be courteous of each other, we would have a better society. It adds a lot of anger and a lot of frustration.
Professor Michael Sandel is a graduate of Brandeis University and received his doctorate from Oxford University, where he was a Rhodes Scholar. Mayor Walsh was the keynote speaker at the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce Annual Government Affairs Forum Breakfast. Sponsored by Bank of America, the event is a forum for the city to give updates on important government initiatives.
Today, as much as ever, democratic planning and inclusive development are vital to our city's future.
Close to 700 people attended the breakfast. City Hall held a civic engagement event for Boston residents with disabilities.
The only way to have strong, powerful neighborhoods is to make sure that every resident has the ability to approach the city, communicate with the city, ask for requests, and be treated fairly like every other resident in the city.
Many people with disabilities face obstacles when trying to get involved with their government, whether it's a lack of accessible transportation, inaccessible buildings, or communication difficulties. The city wants to support the involvement of people with disabilities in elections, hearings, and other civic initiatives to ensure their voices are heard. The Boston Redevelopment Authority held a rebranding launch event on City Hall Plaza. The BRA took the opportunity to unveil their new identity as the Boston Planning and Development Agency, showing their roadmap and vision to the public.
We focused on strategies that will help us guide inclusive, comprehensive planning and smart development that will ultimately provide opportunities for people in every neighborhood of Boston to live, work, and connect.
Suffolk Construction virtually broke ground on a new 38,000 square foot addition to their headquarters in Roxbury. In lieu of a traditional groundbreaking ceremony with chrome shovels and dirt, the event featured innovative virtual reality technology that imitated the groundbreaking ritual and provided a virtual rendering of the project. This event highlights Suffolk's Build Smart approach and the innovative technologies and processes used to manage their construction projects. Boston Public Schools celebrated the launch of a new series of classrooms at the Tech Boston Academy. In partnership with nonprofit organization New Classrooms, Tech Boston will provide a unique learning environment that blends technology and teachers to tailor math instruction to the individual needs of each student.
You know, this is all about innovation. I love when we come to Tech Boston because, as represented by headmasters Vernazzi and Love, there's always new creative things going on in Tech Boston, right?
This fall, the school is breaking free from traditional ways of teaching math. Each day, students will learn new content based on their individual needs in small groups, through collaborations, and with technology. To watch any event covered in its entirety, stay tuned to Boston City TV. And to watch all new episodes of The Boston Show, tune in at 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Thanks for joining us on this edition of The Boston Show.